wood turners, Captain Eddie here. As I suit up for battle, we're going to turn a little bowl today. The reason we're doing a little bowl, although that SWAT, they did a critique. Critiques are good. Critiques for everybody's work needs critiquing, really. It makes you a better turner if you hear comments from people except, oh, that's nice. You want more than that, don't you? You do want people to tell you what they like, don't like, and what would make it pop, give it some pizzazz and all that. So, they had a critique. They had 4 national turners all have comments about a couple of selected pieces. One of them picked a simple little cocobolo bowl. Very simple. And held it up and said, that is one of the most beautiful things on a gallery. Because the magic is in the simplicity and in the wood. And it really was. It was a really beautiful piece. So today we're going to try to recreate that piece. This is a piece from the gallery, Instant Gallery. You can see the turner's name on, I believe it's Mueller. It's a really nice piece. Now we're going to get as close as possible as we can to that piece. It is not plagiarism. I'm not going after his sales or after his credit. I just want to copy some beautiful work. So with that in mind, we're going to crank it up. I've got a nice piece of cocobolo chucked up here. I have it on a glue block, piece of ash. Had a little problem with glue blocks lately coming apart. So went to a little bit different kind of material. I'm going to do 90% of what I want to do today with this Ellsworth gouge. Some people just call it the most inopportune time. So there we go. Ooh, that might have been you calling for an order. I'll get back to you. All right, hold the order. In fact, double it. All right. I just sharpened it up using my Black Hawk jig. Put a nice fresh tip on it. You want to sharp up when you get started and sharp up every time you get it to a critical part. It eliminates tear outs. If in doubt, go back to the grinder and touch it up again. Remember, you can't be too sharp, but you can be a little dull. You want to see how we do this bowl? All you got to do is watch. This is the piece we're going to cut. This one I call my birthday cocobolo. My assistant gave me a nice chunk of cocobolo about 3-4 years ago for my birthday, and I'm still whittling away at it. Glue block, etc. Okay. Oh, on the phone, that was Mike from Elko, Nevada, just checking in. Telling you guys, y'all keep me on my toes, and I don't mind talking. You give me a call when I can, and we'll talk wood turning. And if you run into a problem with something, that's when you do need to call me. All right, now I'm going to bring it up to about maybe 600 or 700 RPMs here until we round out. And I'm just going to go in and find me a shoulder. Once I get it round, I'm going to take it down about another 1/4 inch wide. Because I'm going to make a simple open bowl for you. But I might convert the piece into something with a lid. So I want to be a 1/4 inch smaller because this is the widest piece of cocobolo I've got in the shop with this kind of figuring. I'm riding a bevel so I get good slices, not tears. Means I gotta go a little bit more. I'm running round, so I'm gonna bring the speed up a little bit. The piece we're looking at's got a little bit of a curve to it. So let's work that curve in. Dog's raising egg out there. Again, using the bevel. You get good clean cuts. I feel pretty sharp yet. So clean up a little bit. Let me tell you, the easiest way to set a piece and get into hollowing is to set that center. Put a center in and work to the center. It's much easier than working away from a center or to a crossover. And you get less jams. You'll have a happier time. I'm going to set this. Simple tool. Long bit and a wood handle with a little rubber grommet for a stop. You can make one of these for about $4. If you see them in the catalogs, send me the difference in cost, okay? Make your own. That was about a ½ inch shallow of the bottom. For right now, that's where I want to be. Again, it's one of those long drill bits from the hardware store, a rubber grommet from the hardware store, made a simple handle with the pipe furl. See that? Okay. Now, get our tool rest back up to right spot, a little bit high. As we hollow, we're going to work to that center. Mix it all. This is easier than working down and hitting a roll around. I have to mention, when I move my tool rest back, my headstock, I know these parts, I really do. When I move my tailstock back, I took my center out. Because I read someplace that a guy ran his elbow into that point and it hurt like the dickens for like 3 days. And he renamed all kinds of people over it. But what me? I just read about that. The beauty of hollowing like this, every cut is a practice cut. You learn how to swing the tool, learn how to close it up and get it started. How to open it slightly as you get to your depth. Just let me get you a little bit of a better spot. I almost cheated you out of this. I forgot to start the camera. I'm going across the bottom. I'm being careful when I get close to the side. I don't want that whole blade to make contact with the side. Said we'll do most of it with the Ellsworth. On the inside now, I'm going to take an old scraper. This is Sears, half round. Just to blend out that bottom a little bit. Now I'm ready to start cleaning it up. It's a little darker right here than in the center, and same thing on the bottom because of the aging of the wood and the discoloration from the outside as it sat waiting to be made into a bowl. So right now I'm going to sand this with what I call sanding wax. Now this is just a formula or a concoction of beeswax and mineral oil. crazy thing is I saw a guy at a trade show a while back selling a little 2-ounce tin of this for $10, and he sold all of them. And I'm thinking, why didn't I think about that? Well, I don't need another job to get into blending sanding wax. But this is good. It controls the fines, which are a nightmare to your lungs. It's a smoother, even easier way to sand and get a good finish on something. Essentially, you make a double boiler, pot of boiling water on your stove, and you set a stainless steel dish inside of it. Doesn't have to hook up, match up anything. Pot of boiling water. Put that stainless steel pan down inside of it. Take your beeswax and drop it in that pan, turn off the heat. Yep, I said turn off the heat, because you have enough heat to melt the beeswax. Takes a little while and you melt the wax down. Then you start blending in mineral oil. For about a 1-pound block of wax, I blend in about 2 8-ounce bottles of mineral oil. I use that in my weightlifting competition to oil my body up. Y'all haven't seen those photographs. I've spared each and every one of y'all that, and I'd like to thank you for it. But that mineral oil blends in, then I scoop the whole thing out, and I put it in a 1-gallon Ziploc bag. Then I can squish it and blend it really well in that 1-gallon Ziploc bag. Then I take the bag and I snip the corner off of the bag. And with the corner snipped off, I can then squeeze and knit the containers like this. Now that was 320. Most guys would stop right here now and put a finish on this thing. What I want you to see is the difference from what I had a few minutes ago to this. If I can do a capture, I'm going to put a picture of it up here. You see the difference? The wood's got much more quality, much more texture, and really, really looks good. Now with that, I can see if I have any scratches or grooves that I need to go back and work on. Because I'm going to use the term again, homogenized the surface. I have made it all uniform, all feeling about the same. And I can look all through the inside and the outside and look for grain tears, pock marks, scraper marks, tool marks. You know nothing bothers me more than to see a tool mark on a finished piece. Okay. Well, there are other things that bother me more, but we can't talk about that. We're going to go to 400. I have 1 coat of thinned Deft on here, going for a second. Got to put about 5 minutes between them. Deft is a lacquer. Sets up really fast. Don't forget that edge. Then clean off the inside and the outside from the overage. Feel it pulling. It's setting up. Now you overwork Deft and it'll ball up on you and look a little cloudy. It's a pretty good basic finish right there. As I said, that's a pretty good looking basic finish. And we can always rub in some more if we want to, because our surface is so clean, so lined up, that it works out really nice. I'm using my shop-made parting tool to get this off my glue block. Got a really nice soft piece of wood up here, and I'm going to make this into my glue block. It's got to be a really good tight fit. Way too loose. soft touch there. Runs up, it runs really true, nice, clean. I'll take a fingernail gouge and why did I use a soft touch? Because if I make contact with the steel, I ruin my bit, my cutter. If I make contact with a soft touch, it's just wood. I'm running true and smooth. I need to get rid of that nub. But if I go in it too hard, I'm going to loosen the piece up and pull it off the jam block. See, like I'm doing now? I got a real problem here. What do? Scott and tissue to the rescue. I took a couple of pieces of tissue paper, put it on there, and then put my piece on. Now, that's going to hold it for a little bit. Now, if I put too much pressure, I'll probably work it off of that. But I'm still fairly even, still fairly smooth, and I'll clean that up. Too much pressure and you'll pop it right off. Little bites. How does a pygmy eat an elephant? Little bitty bites. Once again, we'll do the thinned deft for a finish. Turn the speed down a little bit so it doesn't fling off. Don't forget to catch that top corner. Keep it from building up. Run around that end. Won't look so pretty if it's balled up there. That's a really good jam jar. I mean, really good. Whew. There you have it. A simple little cocobolo bowl. Letting the basic simplicity of the shape and the beauty of the wood do all the talking for it. Well, that's today's project. I'm Captain Eddie. You've joined me as we've been making shavings. Yeah. Oh yeah, don't forget, if I can ever help you out, just drop me a note at this address right here, and I'll be glad to answer you and see what I can do to help you. And if you need the finest or the best deal on cutters, all you need to do is go to my website right here, www, of course, eddiecastellan.com. And I have a brand new Super Turners package that's got all the bells and whistles in one box. Until next time, you take care. Oh, turn a freedom pen. They're still counting on you. That is a nice piece of cocobolo.